Richician.
Hey YouTube, Richician 84 here, and welcome to Q&A number 60. Oh yes, 60 episodes in. Um, Getting closer and closer to the 100 mark. But let's kick it off. As usual, the first questions are from Matt and Alison Welch. One, a while back on the Team Sorcerers chat, you did a video of inactive decks and were showing off different variants of your Dark Magician deck. You stated Dark Eradicator Warlock was your weakest version of Dark Magician. What do you think you could do to make it better today if you were still playing the deck, especially with the new support we have today for Dark Magician? I'm pretty sure I did a video on my own channel as well, but it's beside the point. Well, I think it's just a question of simply putting in the newer support for Dark Magician, which I did use in the Dark Magician Deck Grand Championship, like almost at the start of the year. If I go to one of the matches, this is currently my build, the Dark Eradicator Warlock. I think running it this way makes it better, especially considering that there's so many ways to summon Dark Magician more easily anyway. Really? There's a Warlock FTK on Duel Links? Stop with the FTKs! Anyway, this is currently what my build is. Feel like I'm doing a deck profile, even though I said I'm not doing them anymore. So 3 Warlocks, because it's easy to bring out and not as much of a dead card as it was before. 3 Dark Magicians, 1 copy each of Dark Magician Girl, Timaeus the United Dragon, Apprentice Illusion Magician, 3 Rods, Magic Karibo, 3 Magician Souls, 3 Illusion of Chaos, 3 Circles, Dark Magic Attack, 3 Soul Servant, 1 Secrets of Dark Magic, Salvation, Allure for draw power, 2 copies of Tremendous Fire because it's a generic normal burn spell which works with Warlock, Monster Reborn Regeki, Twin Twisters, 1 Navigation, because why not? 3 Eternal Souls and 2 Strikes. Yeah, no battle traps, and the extra deck is basically the same way as how I would have it if I was playing current format Domination. Or at least how I played it earlier this year. Obviously, my extra deck lineup did change a lot, but that's not really important. So I'd still like to have some sort of fusion option to go into Dark Magician the Dragon Knight at least. Everything else is just extra, but the main point is to play it as a battle burn deck, like for those who don't know. Now, normally I don't like burn decks. Well, more specifically, I hate decks that stall and burn, but this is different because it still has aggressive plays, it still attacks with big monsters, but also has a burn strategy as well. Um, so I feel like playing it this way would make my Eradicator Warlock deck better if I was still playing that variant. I mean, obviously, if someone has a better idea for it, then I'm all ears. And again, obviously, no Dragoon, because we don't take kindly to Dragoon around here on this channel. Um, Plus, like, it defeats the whole point of the deck anyway. Um, 2. Although you have stated you don't want to start any more collections, was there ever a time where you wanted to do a Karibo card collection of all the different Karibo cards that are out today? This is kind of similar kind of a similar question to Weber's Five's question about collecting one of each fusion spell. Um, well, the thought did cross my mind the other day, actually. Um, I mean, I kind of figured that would be cool. Yeah, because like the Karibos are cute, and very useful. Um, I mean, I guess it would be a pretty cheap collection to make, since they're not worth that much. Um, so I guess I could consider it. I don't know. And then there's four questions from Weber's Five. So yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to be a long episode unless someone submits them at the last minute, like Gungner. I'll refresh the page in a minute. One. Best Yu-Gi-Oh! Insult from the anime. I like Kaiba's. You're a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck. I love it. Um, I think I would have to agree with you on that. That does sound like the best one, and off the top of my head, I can't think of any others. Um, I mean, all I can think of is the rude names that Joey calls Siegfried, like a wise guy, jerk, things like that. Um, two, we're thinking about doing one alternative format. Sorry, one alternative format tournament each month. There. Uh, but Billingham has suggested an anime rules tournament for one of them. I know you don't like tournaments, but would monthly alternative formats be something that interests you? Billingham and I need to locate Card of Sanctities for the anime rule. +5 in any deck? Yes, please. Um, well, I guess it depends what it is, really. I mean, I'd be interested to look at a list of ideas for it, but as it stands for this one, yeah, that's going to be a no from me. Purely because of the meta Endymion, Ash Blossom, Dragoon, and Mystic Mine being played in almost every fucking deck. I know Dragoon doesn't see that much play, well, except maybe in branded, but it can still see play. Um, and quite frankly, regardless of what kind of tournament it is, I don't want to deal with any of those things. Um, but as it stands, the only tournament that I would be interested in playing in is pass format. Preferably formats from like after Yatterlock and before the age of synchros began, because in my personal opinion, the game was so much better back then. Like, um, even though priority was a thing back then, even though it should never have been a thing in the first place. Like Synchro era and Xyz era formats, I don't mind playing in. But one thing's for sure, I am not playing Yatterlock because, let's face it, no one likes Yatterlock, and I'm not playing anything from Pendulum era to current format because I hate the first turn no draw rule. I think it's a stupid rule that Konami should get rid of, like I said already. Whereas pendulums and links have just changed the game too much and not for the better. Um, which I guess is really another reason why I was considering quitting current format. Um, Even though that was more down to like the Dragoon bullshit and decks that I hate. Um, I was gonna say I'd be willing to give speed duel tournaments a go, but I don't even know if I want to do them anymore because my speed duel Dark Magician deck just doesn't work. Like no matter what I try and do to change and improve it, it just doesn't work. Whereas um, my Arcana Knight and Elemental Hero decks are just fragile. Like sometimes they work very well and I can get their plays on. Other times I just brick or just don't get that great of a hand and I just don't draw the cards that I need. Um, but I don't know about that. Pegasus Challenge tournaments I've just been put off from doing because the negative rules or conditions or whatever keep fucking me over and causing me to lose. I mean, yes, everyone's in the same boat, but I feel like um, the negative rules and conditions seem to mess me up more than the opponent. Like, my luck has just been the worst in those sorts of duels recently. Um, but yeah, um, regardless though, I mean, it depends what sort of alternative format it is, but as long as meta or other decks that I hate, Dragoon, Ash, and Mystic Mine are involved, I'm not interested, I'm afraid. Uh, 3. If we were to do a collaboration video like someone suggested on my last Q&A, what would you like to discuss/do? Um, that's what I've been trying to think about, but I'm struggling for ideas. I mean, it's like I said, I feel like the endurances we've done are kind of a collaboration anyway. Um, but I'm stuck for ideas at the moment. I mean, if I do think of something, I will of course let you know. Or obviously, if you think of something, then let me know. Um, and finally, question 4. I watched your channel update regarding deciding to stop doing deck profiles. Would you consider replacing it with deck profiles from other players at locals? Um, yeah, I probably would, yes. Um, and of course, if I was to profile any of your decks, I'd upload them to the Team Sorcerers channel, um, since you are a fellow member of the team. Um, and I'd like to see more deck profiles from other members of Team Sorcerers on the channel anyway. I did a few on there before I deleted them. Express Gaming did several on there. Gamer Central has so far only profiled one deck, which was his Dragon Maids. And I'd like to profile um, his other decks on there at some point, like his Evil Eyes or Level 5 Warrior deck. I mean, the Level 5 Warriors, I'm sure, will be fun to profile. And obviously, it would be cool to profile your decks on there as well. Uh, and that's it for questions in this episode. I'm just going to refresh the page and see if anyone's submitted any questions at the last minute, like Gungner, but purely because he sometimes forgets about them and misses an opportunity to post questions. I'm just going to give him that chance. Nope, looks like we're all up to date here. Although it'd be awkward if he submits some right when I stop recording. Um, but yeah, other than that, that's it for questions in this episode. Thanks a lot for your guys' questions. And course, if you've got any other questions you want to ask me, post them in the comments section down below. And remember, I do these episodes every Tuesday afternoon UK time, so be sure to get your questions in before then so that you don't miss out. Also, I don't know if you can see it in the background, but yeah, I have a stone tablet display. I stack them onto my TV. Can't see it very well. I guess it's in another video at some point. Anyway, thanks again, guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you later. Bye, everyone.
Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Richician YouTube channel.